Of course, I think the most common one that we see artists get into is media. Like a lot of our artists pivot into either radio or DJing. They pivot into some form of communication, ads, doing ads, and all these other different things. Like we've not seen, or labels. I think that's the other one. So there's a lot of media, and then there's guys get into labels. There's real estate in the background, but then the most prominent ones I think is artists trying to work with other artists, and then also them just using their fame and the fame that you're talking about as a leverage to get into media. We don't see many artists on this side of life getting into like bigger ventures like
for example, like Dr. J with
Beats.
Beats.
Yeah, Kanye West with Yeezy.
Yeah,
that kind
with
of
Yeezy,
thing.
or Rihanna with Fenty and Savage Fenty.
We don't see that. Why do you think that we gravitate more towards media and the?
I think for a lot of times, or for a lot of examples in our industry, like people do, like female artists will do makeup, will do like clothing brands,
but
they're always doing it as from that perspective, not as creators of
business
brands,
owners,
or business owners. And we need to see more of that for sure. And also, like, I think the Dr. J one was also really genius with Beats, because it's like, this is a producer, engineer, and these are headphones. Like,
not just a producer.
The producer,
probably the producer when it comes to like hip hop.
So there's just so much like authenticity.
So all he needs to say is, "Hey, listen, man, this is you're going when you listen to music on this, it's going to slap." And his word, or now that's the leveraging of who he has built himself as in music. People are automatically going to go out and buy beats, and we see people rushing out to buy. It became $1 billion company, it made him a billionaire, so it's more than $1 billion company.
So you know what exactly, and but you know what I want to see like a lot of corporates do, and I haven't seen this approach much in our scene. I know in the States and in Europe, what they'll do is, they'll find a creator who has a bunch of leverage in the way of fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll approach them with a business idea, like let's say a drinks brand or a makeup line or something like that, right? And then how they'll pitch it is like they'll tell the artist, like in all the communication of it, you're the founder of this brand.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. They've
and then
in reality,
it's
an industry plant in a separate sense.
The artist will probably own like, I don't know, they'll own anywhere between like 10 to 30% of the actual
basic
thing.
Record label contracts.
Yeah,
So
but it's actually so smart. It's actually so smart. And I don't know why I've never seen any, because like they do that so much, like in America, where it's like, oh, this one person will be like, yeah, I own this new chocolate bar, and they'll push it, and you'll be like, and if you ask anyone who founded or who created this chocolate bar,
it's that artist.
You
artist. Swear
but
by
in
it
reality, it's owned by
they're a shill. they're the face.
That's what
of
I
the
would
company.
do if I had a bunch of money and I wanted to like get like some marketing for it. I would take that approach.
It's like advanced influencing. It's like a different level of influencing where you're not necessarily just an influencer, but you're an influencer to the business world. I don't know. It's pretty smart.
It's like back in the day when labels used to sign artists but tell them no. In every interview, whatever, just tell people you're indie.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper, we see you. You want a Grammy off it? Come on, you're not going to get a Grammy indie. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I wonder. Maybe, do you think that maybe partly why we don't see many artists, like, for example, like well, he who shall not be mentioned, who started the what do you call it, the alcohol brand?
Are you likening P. Diddy to Lord Voldemort?
Kind of.
That's crazy.
That's a weird connection. Yeah. So, in order to get first off, the industries here, I would think, are very, very competitive. It might be difficult for an artist to break in without spending a lot of money, which they probably don't have. Like if an artist wants to start like a competing alcohol brand and you're going against Kenya breweries, like that would be a very difficult thing to do. I would think in this sense, maybe fashion is a little bit easier to break into, but then again, we don't see many artists doing a lot of fashion endeavors. We see different things like Akothee probably has. She had a touring a safari, what do you call it, company. We see stuff like that. We don't see like many artists like being really bullish and bold about starting brands that don't have to do with music, festivals and stuff like that. Not that those are bad, right? And they're still money making machines, but then we don't see many like brands. It would be cool to see though. I would like to see some artists get into like more of those different ventures and see how they translate that and use those as ads for their music.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, it's also really tied to how much liquid money is available to these guys, and
There is none.
there is none,
Very
man.
little.
Um,
Yeah.